What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And today we'll be covering the epic DC event that writer JoshuaWilliamson is helming. That being, of course, DarkCrisis, or DarkCrisis on Infinite Earths. You know what? It doesn't matter. What is love? But yeah, we'll be talking about issue number 3 today. But before we do any of that, if you guys are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on what's happening on this channel. Also, my goal is to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year. So if you guys can, sub, that'd be amazing. Thus, without further ado, let's jump right into DarkCrisis issue number 3. Our story picks up with Donna Troy narrating the fallout from King Deathstroke's recent attack on Teen Titans Academy, letting it be known that people from all across the world are traumatized by the presumed death of the Justice League and the utter decimation of Titan's Tower. Also, the attack came with a warning, for Slade will kill anyone who tries to be a superhero. Now, because Slade is such a badass and, let's be honest, the dude is quite terrifying, the threat has scared many superheroes into hanging up their capes forever, in order to be with their families. Now check it, because while Wally West is leading Team Flash on a mission through the Speed Force to find Barry Allen, and while Hal Jordan is taking the Green Lantern Corps to track down Pariah and to discover what really happened to the Justice League, the Bat family and what's left of the Titans regroup at the NYC Memorial Hospital. And as we take a look inside, we find out that Nightwing hasn't left Beast Boy's bedside since he was admitted. Now Donna, she recounts that despite the fact that the Titans have faced multiple attacks from Deathstroke in the past, something was different about him this time. He really wanted us to suffer, and though Garfield will eventually recover from Slade's gunshot, the mental trauma from Deathstroke's attack has done far more damage to his head than the actual bullet itself. So yeah, it's safe to say the morale is very low. No one is having a good time. Picking up later with Black Adam, we see the guy who's going to change the DC hierarchy. Okay, look, I love The Rock, I love Dwayne Johnson, I think he's a fantastic human being, but dude, you gotta stop saying that. The DC hierarchy doesn't exist. Anyways, Black Adam is currently overseeing Jonathan Kent's New Justice League, as they fight waves of Deathstroke's army from all around the globe, villains hunting down superheroes like there's no tomorrow. Now what's annoying about this is the fact that the villains, they always manage to teleport back to their base before the heroes can actually apprehend them. And so judging on what he has observed, Black Adam calls forth a meeting, and he lets the team know that this so-called New Justice League is in no way as experienced or as heroic enough to combat the Great Darkness and the Dark Army that laid waste to the real Justice League. Basically, you guys suck, and you will never mount to the iconic level that was the Justice League. And it's why Deathstroke is kicking all of your asses. You're not doing enough to stop him. You're not pushing yourselves hard enough. And thus, this is where Black Adam brings forth a beaten and bloodied Count Vertigo, as he proposes that they hang Count Vertigo's corpse in front of the Hall of Justice as a clear warning to Deathstroke, in case if he were to attack. Now this insane suggestion angers John, as we see the heat vision begin to flare up in his eyes, as he's telling Black Adam to just stop. And holy crap, Black Adam doesn't give a damn, because it's right here where he straight up goes to snap Vertigo's neck. Before he can do that, he is stopped by the lasso of Yara Flor. And so seeing that the heroes aren't willing to do what is necessary, Black Adam dips. However, with his departure, the remaining members of the team take their leave as well, seeing that hope is pretty much non-existent. Once outside, John wonders about Yara's reason for her change of heart. Like, how come you're here 2 issues later? What's the deal, girl? To which he then reveals that it was because of what happened to the Titans. You guys got smoked in the previous issue, so you're gonna need all the help that you can get. Plus I'm a new character, so like me please. However, Damian butts his way through the conversation as he reasons on what Alfred used to say to him. It's always the darkest before the dawn. Basically, Damian believes that we haven't reached the darkness yet, and perhaps Black Adam was right. Maybe we don't have the skills to do what is required. But fear not, beautiful people, because that's when a beacon of bright light shines. As we see Green Lantern Alan Scott proposing that if there's no Justice League, then there's still an old-timer society that is willing to offer its help. And with that, we see the arrival of the Justice Society of America. Fuck yeah. Elsewhere at Deathstroke's HQ, the Great Darkness is shown to be influencing Slade's mind about his mission to create a crisis. We also bear witness to Deathstroke trying to block it out, so it's at least somewhat apparent that Slade is not 100% on board with whatever's happening with the Great Darkness and whatever that thing has in store. He is still actively trying to fight it. From there, that's when his soldiers bring him a hero who is caught trying to sneak into the stronghold, and it's revealed to be none other than Slade's own daughter, Rose, aka Ravenger. Now, like any typical bad guy who's a father, Slade asks Rose if she'll join him and be part of his legacy. However, Rose realizes that there's something wrong with her father, and that it might have something to do with how he was brought back to life via the Lazarus Pit during Shadow War. Therefore, she kicks her father away and tries to escape once more. That's when the secret society of supervillains run in order to detain her. However, as some of them help Deathstroke to his feet, Slade spews out the darkness from his mouth, infecting his people to their core, whilst proclaiming that he knows exactly on how to start a crisis. Picking up on the planet Rot within the Sector 666, Hal Jordan leads the Green Lantern Corps to a restored Black Lantern Central Power Battery. Basically, this proves his theory, for the Guardians of the Universe have always suspected that Nekron, the Lord of the Unliving and the leader of the Black Lantern Corps, was a part of something much bigger, which of course is, the Great Darkness. And so the fact that Black Adam had even said that Nekron fought alongside Pariah's Dark Army, Hal believes that this Black Lantern battery will take him to wherever the Great Darkness and Pariah are based. Now, Hal tells the Corps that he's going to scout out the area, along with Joe and Kyle, and if they're not back in 24 hours, Hal tells Guy Gardner to light up anyone who comes through. The Green Lantern Corps is basically the last line of defense to save the multiverse. Thus, that is what picks us up with Hal Jordan and the Green Lanterns falling through into Multiverse 2, where Pariah is shown to be expecting his arrival, as he was hoping that the great Hal Jordan would eventually show up. Now, Pariah is currently working on his pocket dimensions of Paradise Worlds, worlds he built for capturing each member of the Justice League, and he has now planted false memories of a perfect life into each of their heads, so that they will not try to break out. From there, he takes a moment to explain to Hal that each superhero of Earth Zero is a special world on itself, and that they can be used to create separate Earths. And with the crisis that Deathstroke is currently in the process of making, it will bring Pariah and his Dark Army to Earth Zero, where he can then capture all the remaining heroes to restore the multiverse. Because Pariah is under the assumption that he can keep the darkness under his control, and that he can use it to his will. But Hal Jordan's like, you're an idiot, because at the end of the day, the Great Darkness, it doesn't have feelings, dude. It's essentially a part of nature. It's going to do its job no matter what. Thus, this leads into a fight. Now, while the Green Lanterns are keeping Pariah distracted, Hal makes a run for the pocket dimensions. But upon touching one of the, weird dimension ball sticky gooey things, he feels a power so vast he has never felt anything like it before, only to eventually understand as to what is happening. The Great Darkness isn't using the Justice League to restore the multiverse, rather it's turning them into weapons. And thus, that is when Hal bursts into flames and his skin vaporizes, and his bones turn into dust. But we know that Hal isn't dead. Rather, Hal finds himself reformed without his power ring, inside an unknown Emerald City. And that's when a warning shot of light construct is fired at him, as Green Lanterns Kyle Rayner and Jason Todd and Natasha Irons descend upon Hal, letting him know that he's not welcome in Sector John Stewart. Elsewhere on Earth Zero, Black Adam arrives in Slaughter Swamp to let it be known that the Justice League is dead, and that the heroes who are left are too concerned with the idea of hope to do what needs to be done. That is why Black Adam believes that it's time for Doom, because standing right before him are none other than the members of the Legion of Doom, who are well aware that Deathstroke is out of control and that he needs to be stopped. Therefore, Lex Luthor remarks that it sounds just like a job for him. And that, folks, was the end of Dark Crisis, issue number 3. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly, truly means the world to me. So yeah, Dark Crisis, issue number 3, was another great issue. Joshua Williamson clearly understands these characters, and for me, one of the main highlights in the book was the scene between John Kent and Black Adam. As the reader, we obviously understand why Black Adam is so intense at the moment. We know why he's doing what he's doing. Also, because we live in the real world, we also know that sometimes bad guys need to die. Yet the way John steps up to him, straight up telling him no, it gave me goosebumps. And not just because he does it in a badass way, but rather because John is fighting for the soul of the Justice League. He's fighting for what they stand for. And I'm also glad that Black Adam wasn't portrayed as a good guy, but more of a morally ambiguous character. It's awesome to see, and I'm very curious to see where and how Black Adam and the Legion of Doom return, and will affect the heroes and Deathstroke moving forward. But yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer with SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell, that way so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 4? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.